before we're done, we still have one promise to keep.
If you can't protect the Earth, you can be damn sure we'll avenge it.
Whatever it takes.
Aloha. It's Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man. And today is the day after Saturday, April 27th. The day that I saw Avengers Endgame. And to tell you the truth, I had tried to see this movie opening day, the Friday, the 25th. However, the theater that I went to was not showing it. Oddly enough, this was over in Canada in Victoria. 2 days after the premiere of Code 8. You saw my review. Another wonderful film. Very much along the lines of Infinity War and superhero genre, along with sci-fi. But, Avengers Endgame just takes the cake. And let me say, I was very, very surprised to see a theater that was not selling tickets and was not showing the film. That was very, very surprising. After the flight and getting back Friday, the soonest I could see it was Saturday night, where I got a decent seat, in still yet a sold out theater over at the Windward Mall. And, well, remember our rating scale. Shock a thumbs up. I recommend it. Shock a thumbs down. It's junk. Don't go see it. I don't recommend it. And, Avengers Endgame. It is, 2 shock a thumbs up. Let me just tell you, this movie blew me away. It will blow you away. It is just a little bit over 3 hours long. And let me just tell you that this was an incredible movie. A movie that was an epic masterpiece, an epic event, the likes of which we, have never ever seen in a, Hollywood movie before. 10 years in the making, all the way from 2008, starting with Iron Man, the Marvel Studios, run by Kevin Feige, produced alone by Kevin Feige, put this plan into motion, did the Avengers later on after carefully laying the groundwork for the founding Avengers, the Hulk, Captain America, Black Widow in Iron Man 2, along with Iron Man, of course, Thor in his own movie, and then also showing Hawkeye in that movie, starting out as well, along with, Shield, Nick Fury, all the way from Iron Man, connecting the tissues of these movies all the way through to this point. And it ends. It ends very satisfying after 10 years. But I would not say that this is what you would consider a finale for any type of movie or series of movies. This is very much a culmination, because if you've seen every single movie added to this one, everything from Ant-Man to Ant-Man and the Wasp to Doctor Strange, went into Infinity War. Spider-Man even went into Infinity War, went into this movie. Everything, Black Panther, you name it, it was in this movie. Will be my spoiler-free review of Avengers Endgame. If you have not seen it, I really urge you to go see it. It is an amazing film. It is spectacular, and there's no way that you will be disappointed. Outside of the fact that it is the end. It marks the end of Marvel's plan all the way from Phase 1, 2, and 3. With the individual standalone movies, with the Avengers 1, Avengers 2, Age of Ultron, all the way through Civil War, and finally with Infinity War, and now Endgame, where they fight the Avengers, Thanos, once again, the very first villain all the way back from the Avengers, the very first episode, although going through Loki. And of course, seeing him firsthand in Infinity War, how unstoppable of a foe that could nullify Earth's mightiest heroes. And even Captain Marvel alone could not take Thanos, as she does appear, as we know from her own movie at the end. She meets up with the Avengers. And puts those guys, teams up with them against Thanos again here in Endgame. So yes, there will be no spoilers for this. I do not consider all the other movies before this being spoilers. So like I said, Captain Marvel is in this movie. We know that from watching Captain Marvel and the end credits scene. We knew that time travel was going to play a part in this because, photos had been leaked of the Avengers wearing their older costumes back from the very first Avengers, and those pictures will be being shown in this movie. We also knew that, due to Ant-Man in Ant-Man and the Wasp getting stuck in the quantum realm, with Michelle Pfeiffer talking about how the quantum realm did things with time travel per se, that time moved differently in the quantum realm, that would play a significant part in this. Thus, with those pictures, show that it would be somehow the Avengers going back in time to attempt to undo that which Thanos had done, as we saw in Infinity War, wiping out all life, half of life in the universe. And we see the effects, the devastation that has had on the Earth alone. We do not see it from other planets, but we hear about it from Captain Marvel, her exploits, the Guardians of the Galaxy, that, members who had survived, which was Nebula and Rocket. We hear what has happened, the devastation all across the universe due to this. However, we also hear the truth that in the end, Thanos was right, and we have to admit that. As much as we do not want to admit it, as much as we hate it having happened, Thanos was ultimately correct. He was right. By wiping out half of all life in the universe, planets in a way have started to thrive again, had started to heal again. The population being cut, food supplies are greater, at least plant-based food supplies are greater. Captain America himself even makes mention that he, on the way to meet the rest of the Avengers, he mentions offhand that he'd seen a group of whales in the Hudson Bay. And Black Widow is stunned by this. It's like, really, in the Hudson? And he says yes. You know, it's like, you know, the water's cleaner, there's less fishing going on, less boat traffic in that area. So yes, the ecosystems, although maybe devastated by, you know, 50% of all life disappearing, but that, you know, that isolation allowed those creatures who did survive to once again thrive in a vibrant community again, just like they once had. You know, as we had heard in Jurassic Park, life finds a way, and it has. So in a way, he was right. But there's also the emotional toll that we get from the trailers. We see Captain America still grieving. We see Black Widow still grieving, especially Hawkeye, or as he calls himself now, Ronin, is still grieving just the terrible loss of everyone who was dusted. Even Ant-Man, as we see in, you know, Infinity War. You know, him at the end, you know, knocking on the Avengers gate, apparently somehow getting out of the quantum realm, that he's concerned. He's at a loss. He's worried. What happened to his family? You know, his daughter, his ex-wife, and all of the Avengers, Thor, Black Widow, Captain Marvel, Captain America especially, losing both his friends, Bucky and Sam, you know, the Falcon. He's stunned. He's devastated. He is trying to find a way to move on with his life, to somehow make life work, find meaning in what's left of those people who do have lives, in the life that he still has. You know, like any trauma victim, survivor, you know, he's wondering, why did I survive? What can I do with my life? You know, being one of the survivors that can do, you know, so much more. And they hatch this plan when Captain Marvel comes back. Carol Danvers comes down from space answering the pager that Nick Fury in his last moments of life clicked on to alert her that Earth was in trouble. And she arrives, as we saw at the end of Captain Marvel, to meet up with the Avengers and say, hey, where's Fury? And you saw in the trailer, we hatched this plan. It's like, I'm going to find Thanos and I'm going to kill him. And Captain America says, yeah, let's do this. You know, and no doubt, as he says again, this is the fight of our lives. And this movie, Avengers Endgame, was the fight of the Avengers' lives. All of the Avengers. Again, I'm not going to go into any spoilers, but they hatched this plan. They're going to go take out Thanos. They're going to get the stones again and undo what he had done. Find Thanos, get the stones back, the gauntlet, kill him. That's it. Enough said. Enough said. And it is a shock, a thumbs up all the way through. There is so much character development. Every character, just again like Infinity War, gets their moment to shine. But rest assured, the focus, the majority of the time, is spent upon the core Avengers. Black Widow, Hawkeye have a tremendous amount of screen time that they share together, remembering Budapest and all their other adventures, as she seems to try to coax him back away from the dark side of this vengeance that he is howling mad at the world, killing off all these criminals throughout the world. As we saw in the trailers in Tokyo, he's killing Yakuza. And he's doing this all through the world, all these criminals. And he's upset. Why did they, being the evil ones, survive? Well, his family, as innocent as they were, his daughter, his wife, his son, that we had seen in Avengers Age of Ultron on the farm, the famous farm that Josh Whedon fought for to put into that movie. You know, it took a toll on him, and his mind is twisted because of it. And he's not the only one. Captain America, survivor of trauma, world wars. He's still stunned that he failed. Tony, you see in the trailer, on the ship with Nebula, desperate to get back to Earth, but yet pained that he failed to stop Thanos when he had the chance, when his group had the chance. They had the hand. They had his hand, Thanos' hand. The glove was coming off, and they blew it. Doctor Strange almost had it. And he said, we're in the end game now. It's up to you. It's up to you, Tony, Iron Man. There's one way out of 14 million ways that we can win. And apparently, Endgame, apparently giving the time stone away, Doctor Strange said this was the only way to ensure victory. And let me tell you, they are in the fight of their lives. The world, the universe, because Thanos is still there. His armies are still raging. And, you know, with the Avengers trying to undo what he had successfully did, he's pissed. And he says this time, Earth, he's just going to level it and turn it to dust and forget all the Avengers trying to undo his master plan, his master work. He's not going to deal with them anymore. So yes, Captain America, Tony, Iron Man, Rhodey, Warmonger, well, not Warmonger, but I mean War Machine, Black Widow, Ronin / Hawkeye, you know, the Hulk, Bruce Banner. They're all in the fight of their lives, and they all struggle to overcome Thanos once more. And do they? Do they? It's war. People win, people lose, but not everybody makes it through. We saw the cost of Infinity War when they failed. Are they successful? How do you measure success? Even if you lose one man, Captain America is not satisfied. He's greatly saddened by that. We shall see. You need to see. Avengers Endgame. Shock a thumbs up. A great movie. I'll give you my spoiler review in a couple of days. I'll give you a few more days to try to go see it since most of the shows were sold out. All right, thank you so much. This is Trinidad the Island Man, your Island Man, here in beautiful Hawaii. Giving you a shock and thumbs up for Avengers Endgame. This is a movie you don't want to miss. Definitely go see it. All right.
A visionary, a genius, ensuring freedom around the globe.
A symbol to the nation. A hero to the world.
The beacon of hope, shining out across the stars.
I look around at us. You know what I see?
A bunch of a-holes.
Possibility. You think you know how the world works?
The world is changing. very strength invites challenge. Challenge incites conflict. Conflict breeds catastrophe. The thing isn't beautiful because it lasts.